Hey air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I hope y'all are doing lovely today. I wanted to come on here and put out a quick message for you guys and see what needs to be communicated. Now, of course, these readings are general, so please only accept what resonates, leave the rest, and be aware of any scam pages reaching out to you. But with that said, let's go ahead and see what the message is for the air sign collective. So, Spirit, for the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, what is it that they need to be aware of at this time? Oh, Star, hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. Baby, you made it through the storm. Congratulations. And if you don't feel like it, just keep holding on, because it looks like the worst is over here. Yeah, you could have went through a transformation here as well. It says, reach out for the power and strength to make changes, enrich your life, and become the person you want to be. So this could have been a part of that tower, like having to take things into your own hands, having to make things happen, make it shake, right? But it looks as though the hard times are over. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So you may have gotten a breakthrough, some type of confirmation that things are going to be okay. You know, this is healing. This is accepting the change. This is accepting an ending here with death. You may have been in solitude and introspection. You may have kind of, you know, stepped away a little bit and had to gather yourself, gather your thoughts, seek some wisdom from yourself, go deep within. So let's see. Tell me more about this star for the air signs. What can they expect moving forward? Yeah, the Six of Wands, victory, recognition, success, accolades, Four of Swords, some rest. You may have been going nonstop. You know, the days ain't long enough. They're not. And you may have had a bit of a struggle in being able to find time to rest and to recover because you've been just going. Thank you. Death, yeah. Got reversal. Seven of Swords reversed. All right, so there is some clarity here with the Seven of Swords reversed. Tell me more about this for the air sign. Okay, I'll take it. The Chariot. What were they being held back by? What was holding them back? The Seven of Pentacles. The Three of Cups. The Queen of Swords. You may have continuously tried to tell somebody or some people your expectations of what needed to be done, speak your mind. How did they respond to it? Because that was holding you back. How did they respond? Judgment. King of Swords. Queen of Pentacles reversed. You can't take everybody with you. You tried to work with somebody or with some people, and the relationship was not necessarily fruitful, if that makes sense, whether this is family, friends, or even, you know, colleagues. It wasn't fruitful. So what you ended up having to do was acknowledge their contribution for what it is, whether it was little to none, and stop expecting for them to, I would say, respond well and contribute. Because for some odd, strange reason, they may have tried to make it seem like you weren't doing enough, or that you were making bad, poor decisions. But you were trying to communicate with them, but they weren't responsive. So this is like carrying on dead weight. Long story short, this is carrying on baggage. And they had to be reassessed. Collaborating with these people, being involved with these people had to be reassessed. Is this serving your highest purpose? And the answer was no. So now you're in recovery because you have to pivot. You have to change your perspective. You had to view things differently. You had to let it end. And there is a sense of responsibility that you're taking with the Seven of Swords reversed. So that way you can continue to move forward and not be stagnant and held back. And once you consolidate that energy, you get better results. Because when you're spread too thin, you're spread too thin, right? Things kind of move slow, and things don't get taken care of how they're supposed to, you know? Clarified death, Scorpio energy. The Ace of Cups. The Two of Swords. How does that affect the air sign collective? Page of Cups. Yeah, something that you were looking forward to doing, looking forward to having. There was a hesitancy there. The Hierophant reverse, a little unconventional. What's the Four of Swords, Taurus? What's the Four of Swords? The Ten of Wands. There it is. There's the baggage. I'm like, I'm feeling it, but it's not out here, you know? So, there we go. The Six of Swords, moving on. Yeah, you had to release some baggage. Congratulations. And it could have been a bit of a, I'm gonna just say it could have been a shit show. I was trying to think of another way to say it. Whatever. I'm just gonna have to curse that time. But it was a mess. It was uncomfortable, but it was necessary. It was required because it was keeping you stuck with that Two of Swords and in hesitancy and indecision about this Ace of Cups for new creativity, new joy, new love, this awakening that you were experiencing. You're like, oh yeah, I can't bring everybody with me. Can't. Or I can't continue to be here with these people. I can't. I tried to talk to them. I tried to level with them. I tried to compromise with them. They said I still wasn't doing enough, so I'm leaving. I'm out. All right. So Spirit says the hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. So let's see what's coming in. What's coming in, Spirit, for the water signs? What's next? I'm sorry, air signs, excuse me. King of Pentacles, exactly. Stability, security, prosperity, abundance. You're going to have to make decisions, especially regarding your finances, your career. But this is you being very practical minded, taking a practical approach, right? This is going to be you having a routine, you having some discipline as well. This is a masculine energy of assertion, of ambition. I know that's the King of Wands, like, but follow me. It's still a masculine energy of pursuance, right? Of having your ducks in a row. So congratulations in advance, air signs, because you're doing good. You're going to get your payout. Yeah, the moon and the sun. Exactly. The King of Wands. I'm like, I know. I know what I'm feeling, you know, but you may have to take an unconventional approach. You may have to do things a little against the grain. You may have to release some beliefs or rethink your approach, right? You may have done things a little bit monotonously, and now it's time for you to be eccentric. So, but you have the opportunity, the space to do so, and that's great. So air signs, that's what I got. I hope that this reading helped. If you would like to book a personal with me, there's a link in my bio. But if this is where I leave you, I wish y'all the very best of luck. Thank you.